Cooks, today we're making homemade blueberry muffins. This recipe is absolutely fantastic. They're tender, they're moist, and they're a little bit tangy from the blueberries and my special ingredient. We're going to be using the raspberry ice KitchenAid Stand Mixer today to make these muffins. This thing is so cute. It's a rare color, and I'm glad to have it in the kitchen today. So what's up? It's Wednesday, cooks. Let's make some homemade blueberry muffins. So I've been working on this recipe a little while, and I posted pictures of it last weekend in the Facebook group, and I got so many messages like, we need to see this recipe. So we have it here today on What's Up Wednesday. If you would like to print it out from my website, this is a copy of it. I'll leave a link in the description. You can go over there, print it out, so you can make these muffins as well. So in our little mixer here, I have a stick and a half of butter. This makes a lot of muffins. So if you want to make standard size muffins, you're going to need 3 standard muffin pans. If you want to make bigger, larger jumbo muffins, this is a great recipe because it's a lot of batter and it's great for that as well too. We're going to make standard muffins though. So in here I have a stick and a half of softened butter. We're going to give that a little mix. I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of oil. So it's kind of a lot, but this is a big recipe, so each person won't be eating a lot of butter, right? So I have 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And we want to beat this pretty nicely until it's nice and creamed. Let's go ahead and try something fun. I'm always trying something fun with a stand mixer, right? We're gonna switch this out for the scraper paddle. Because it seems like I've got a lot of scraping to do in this mixer if I don't. So we'll see how well this does. Let me knock this down real quick. We'll see if the scraper does a better job than the standard paddle. A little better. So everybody hears the phrase always with muffins is don't over mix it. And that applies once you put the flour in. When you're creaming the sugar and the butter, that doesn't necessarily apply because the reason you don't want to over mix is you don't want to develop gluten in the flour. So before you put the flour in, you can beat this like crazy, right? Because we're not going to be developing any gluten in here. So look at how nice and fluffy that is. That is what you want to see with the stand mixer, right? That's looking mighty fine to me. It's kind of changed a lighter color. The butter was really yellow and it changes a lighter color as you cream it. So we're going to go ahead. I got 3 eggs. We're going to put them in 1 at a time, or 2 at a time. Ooh, the batter looks beautiful. Second egg. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Third egg. We're gonna add some vanilla. Beautiful. So I have 3 cups of flour. I'm putting in baking powder and salt. We're gonna go ahead and give that a quick stir. So my little twist on this is I like to put a little lemon zest in it. You don't have to add this, but it brings out a little bit more tang in the blueberries. Doesn't result in like a huge lemon flavor. If you want that, add a couple tablespoons of the juice from the lemon, right? You can turn them into lemon blueberry muffins just like that. But I'm going to take this microplane. I'm just going to run it over this lemon. And I'm going to basically take the lemon peel from a whole fresh lemon. You can put as little or a lot, whatever your preference is. I kind of like a lot. We're going to go ahead and put this in our bowl here. Okay, so in muffin making, this is when you want to start thinking about not over mixing it. Because as you know, like in bread making, when you really work that flour in there, you start developing the gluten. And that is not your friend in cakes and muffins. Muffins you want nice and tender. You don't want that hearty, tough, holding together dough. You want nice, tender, and soft. So we're going to go ahead. I'm doing this backwards, so we're going to alternate the flour and let me stir in the lemon zest first. We're going to alternate these in like 3 batches. So I'm going to start off slow because I don't want flour in the face. Flour in the face! We're going to put in about 1/3 of the milk. We're going to put in about 1/3 of the flour. Third of the milk. The rest of the flour. Some people like end with the flour, end with the milk. I don't know, it never really made a difference in this recipe. Oh, looks beautiful. Really quick, and turn it off, right? So now it's time to put in the blueberries. So I have 3 cups of blueberries. Now you can use frozen blueberries. I do that at times. They're cheaper. The only issue with it is they have a lot of water in from being frozen, and they have a tendency to turn your batter purple, right? So we're just going with fresh. Fresh is best, but they are a lot more expensive. So we don't want to stir, and mess this. I got a couple of stems in here. Mess this fluffy batter up. So we're just going to take our spatula here and we're just going to fold it. Fold. It's kind of a stiff batter, so you got to put a little muscle into it. Just fold. If you break the blueberries up, like I said, this will turn it purple, but it will less likely do it. Some people dust these with flour to keep them from getting too juicy. I think that when I use like fresh blueberries, I don't have a lot of problem with that. So let's fill the pans. Okay, so I have my 3 muffin pans here. These are USA pans, right? I'll put links down in the description to them. I have a little ice cream scoop. I'll put a link down there to this. I'll put a link down there to the glass bowl for the KitchenAid mixer as well. Put some cupcake liners in here. Some reason my mom always tells me that cupcakes stay fresher when you have liners, so we're going with that. Plus I don't have to grease it, right? So this will fill up all these if you scoop them like the same. Sometimes I'm within 1 or 2, give or take, depending on if I overfill the cups along the way. If you portion them perfectly, you'll come out with this many. What's great about the scoop, bam, right? It will help with that portioning the same. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all these cups and we'll be back. So we have our muffins filled. The KitchenAid Stand Mixer did an amazing job. So we are going to sprinkle this with some white simmer sugar. You want some coarse sugar, not necessarily like regular granulated sugar. You want something that's coarse. So this I got at Target. You usually can get it in like the cake decorating aisle of your favorite store. You can also use like sugar in the raw, or you can make your own streusel topping. But what this coarse sugar does on the top is when you bite into it, you have that soft muffin and that sugar doesn't really melt, so you get like this crunch, sort of sugar crystally crunch. If you use regular like granulated sugar, a lot of times I did that before because I didn't have any of this. I had run out. And it seems like it like melted on the top. It just wasn't good. So get yourself some of this, looks like that, coarse sugar. We're going to get these. I have the oven preheated to 375. I'm not running it on the convection. If you do, just adjust for your oven. It's going to take about 25 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven. You just want to stick a toothpick in. When it comes out clean, these babies are done. So I'm going to finish this off and get them in the oven. Put them in, boo.
All right, we're doing our little super slow-mo sorts. Special effects. There's tray uno.
So until I get my double oven, I got to cook 2 of these in 2. And then cook the 3rd one later, or after these come out. So when they're done, we'll be back. So cooks, our muffins are out of the oven. We have a ton of them, and I can't say that a few of them got attacked between the batches. So here's our muffins. They turned out great. I'm going to take a taste of one, right? So I would let them set up, cool and set up. Otherwise, you know, you just don't get the same kind of texture you get with muffins that are set up. Look at that. So with these blueberries, they just kind of burst in here, right? Look at that. They just absolutely burst inside these muffins. They look so good. And they taste really good too. The blueberries are tangy. The lemon zest just gives it enough tang in there to complement the blueberries. They're fantastic. Look at that. Blueberry muffin. So Easter's coming up, and if you're going to do breakfast, these are a great thing to make. Easter morning, homemade blueberry muffins, right? So cooks, what's up? It's Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed this recipe for homemade blueberry muffins. These are fantastic. If you want to try this recipe, they'll be out on my website, amylearnstocook.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe below and join the Amy Learns to Cook family, and as we take this journey to become better cooks. You can also catch me out on my Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Amy Learns to Cook. And on social media, I am also at Amy Learns to Cook. Have a fantastic Wednesday.